You've probably heard a lot about introducing solid food to babies. It can be controversial. Lots of people have different opinions, and people are worried about how to start. Hi, this is Geraldine Kempler. I've been a pediatrician for over 20 years. I'm a fellow of the American Academy of Pediatrics, and today I want to talk with you about infant feeding. Pediatricians for a long time really didn't know anything about starting solid food. As a result, feeding babies became kind of a scary thing where you had to buy a bunch of different little bottles of things and introduce foods at different stages. But all around the world, people introduce solid food from their own table. When I see babies at their 4-month check, that's when we talk about solid foods. Babies at 4 months often need some kind of more concentrated calories in order to get all of their feedings during the daytime hours. And a lot of times people are frustrated because their kids demand something different. I believe that if you start feeding babies from the table, from the very beginning, they'll eat with you. So I'd like to talk with you about the idea that dinner time is a special time in families' homes. Often the lights are different, the lights are bright in the kitchen, there's banging of pots and pans, wonderful smells are coming up in the kitchen, and babies start to kind of salivate and get excited. They see that everyone else is gathering around the table. They want to sit on your lap and they want to reach for what you're eating. So you can take about half meat or dark lentils or black beans and half vegetable, puree it together with breast milk or some broth from the cooking of the vegetables, or even water or formula, until it's smooth like a milkshake. And then sit your baby on your lap and take a spoon, a little baby spoon, take a little bit of the food that you've made from your dinner and bring it to your baby. Your baby will grab your hand or grab the spoon and pull it to his or her mouth. I really think you have to see it in action in order to feel confident doing it yourself. So I invited my friend over. She has a 4-month-old baby who really hasn't had much experience with solid food before. We're going to make dinner and offer it to Augie. Let's see how it works. So I decided to make spinach lasagna and put that in the blender for Augie. I'm going to make a little cod. I roasted some vegetables just for color, and that way Augie can taste different things that we're eating. You don't really have to buy a special baby food maker. You might have everything you need already at home. You can use a margarita blender, kind of makes a little bit too much baby food. You can use one of these handheld blenders, makes usually a little bit too much food at the beginning. You can always freeze the extra. That's it, I just made Augie some baby food. Look at that, isn't that pretty? He's gonna love that color. And we get to eat it like this. For Augie's spinach lasagna, I'm gonna turn it into baby food by putting it in a regular margarita blender. It might be a little too thick, so I can add anything. Remember, you can add water, breast milk, the broth from cooking. Augie's spinach lasagna. We made too much, but we can freeze the rest. Hi, Rachel, come on in.
How are you? Yes.
Are you ready? It's gonna be good.
Augie hasn't had any food yet. This will be his first meal. I put some broccoli in front of him a few days ago to see if he was interested, and he just sort of looked at it.
So the idea here is that babies can eat from our dinner. So we made a spinach lasagna and then pureed some up for Augie.
Okay.
We made some roasted red peppers and celery root that we pureed up. This is a cod pureed with some butternut squash. I'm gonna take them for a second so that you can cut up your food.
Thank you.
Now when a baby comes to the table, they might have 2 bites, they might have 20 bites. He wants to use his left hand. He's pulling my hand, I'm letting the spoon come to his mouth. He just did that himself.
He is interested.
Was that good? Oh, there he goes. You feel that?
Yeah.
He's really pulling.
Yeah.
And he's chewing on the spoon, and he's interested, and he's excited by the flavor. He's frantic for it now.
Is this really fun?
Well, the thing is, it's tasty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure this is blowing his little mind.
Yeah. It's a social introduction to the table. So he's going to have flavors that are familiar to your family, flavors of foods that you're proud of. If someone caught a fish, definitely cook it up for the baby. Anything you got from your garden, definitely cook it up for the baby.
Okay.
And the idea at the table is that you're modeling good behavior. So you all come to the table, you sit down, you make an event of it, but you get your turn to eat too. So babies get passed around, and you can set down the spoon and make him wait while you take some bites.
Okay.
And then we just enjoy the meal.
Ooh, I really like the idea of him pulling my hand to him, because that's part of a baby-led weaning, is them initiating the movement.
Yes.
Yes. And so this is a great way to start.
They don't really need to have a high chair yet.
Right.
At some point, you'll put him in a high chair, and he'll be going to town on all of his food. He'll be feeling the food. He'll be putting it in his hair. He'll be sucking it off his fingers.
Right.
And then he'll learn how to use a spoon. It's prettier when they're like really good at using a spoon.
Right.
So you can see, it's actually kind of fun to feed a baby at home. And there are health benefits, there are sleep benefits, there are social benefits. I really hope you'll have a baby who looks forward to eating everything that you're making for dinner, and that you enjoy meals with your child. It's just such a blessing to be able to sit and enjoy your children at the dinner table. Good luck with this, and let me know if you have any thoughts.